Hi everyone, it's Katarina and I am here in my emporium in Prescott, Ontario. It's a beautiful sunny day here. Prescott, Ontario is just north of Ogdensburg, Ontario, and Ogdensburg, Ontario is just across the St. Lawrence, south of us. And we have a rich history. It's a fort town and it's a port town. And the downtown area, including my store, is rich with history, over 200 years old, and it has many of its original stone buildings, of which my store is in, so it provides great energy for me. And I would like to continue on the journey of doing release and let go for July for all the astrological signs. Before I begin, I would like you to, of course, know that my readings are for entertainment purposes only. They may or may not resonate with you. You may also wish to check out your moon or your rising sign reading to see if that makes any sense to you. Okay, as always, you drive the bus. So let's get started. I'm going to do a beautiful reading today for our friends of the Cancer persuasion. So it is actually their birthday this month and going into July, so happy birthday to you. And boy, let's get started. First card we have is, how are we feeling right now? The Empress. Really great creative drive. So there's some projects, careers, school, something's coming to a fruitful conclusion. So if you've made plans for what's going to be coming up at this stage of your life as you are going through or approaching your solar birthday, it's happening right now. And it's going to be a lot of success for you as you reap the rewards of the work that you've put into things. Why are your emotions and the creativity so strong? Well, the moon, and that's you, Cancer. It's a feminine energy. It talks about the unconscious. It talks about intuition, part of the unknown that is here, and it's pulling stronger on you right now as you approach your birthday month. As the sun and the moon are together like this, you're just pulled in two directions. So a lot of you, it will be great, but it can cause a lot of emotional fluctuations for some of you. Again, not all of you, but some of you may be going from happy to sad as you mark this next solar birthday. But at the same time, it gives you extra power of intuition. And it helps you connect with your unconscious and conscious dreams to bring them to reality. The one thing is you want to do is don't get too caught up in the fantasy part of it if you want to move forward and gain balance, okay? Now, these two cards on their own, they won't be for everybody, but when I see the Empress and I see the Moon, for some of you, this could be a time of enhanced ability for procreation, okay? So good luck with that if that's what you're hoping to do. There's an indication of creativity in the feminine. Just thinking. How can you release the feeling? So release the feeling of fantasy, or maybe you're stuck in taking the dreams that you have and bringing them into reality, or balancing your emotions as something comes to a close and not sure what the future brings. The King of Swords. It's time to get back into a position of logic. The King of Swords is a king that works with the law, what's fair, what's real, checks the details, is a real straight arrow or a real straight sword, and he rules with logic and truth. So this can work in your favor, as I said with the other card, if you're feeling like you're not sure what's real because there's a lot of dreams, lots of things are coming your way. That's where the logic can marry together with the emotions and bring you back into balance. What is the feeling transforming into? Oh, another major arcana card, the Star. It's a beautiful card, and it has a beautiful lady in the water, and she's pouring water in and just renewing. So it's a card of renewal and healing. And it's also a connection with the universe that would like you now to provide some emotional healing for yourself, but also a time of healing any relationships that have been perhaps impacted by your fluctuating emotions or changes in your life. And that's quite possible as you're coming up to your solar birthday and wondering what you've accomplished in the past little while and what the future holds. So the universe has a desire for you to want to heal any personal or work relationships and get those things back on track. So bring in a little bit more logic from the King of Swords, and that should help you out. What is, how can you rise above the situation? So if you're getting some difficulty still, or you're having a challenge being balanced at all, we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is energy and communication. So it's not the King of Swords, it's the immature Page of Swords, okay? So there's two distinct meanings for this card. It could be people that communicate in a direct, harsh manner with other people. So maybe if you're feeling a little crabby, pardon the pun, you may be a little sharp with the way you talk to people and those you love, and you may not realize that you're offending them, but you could be. That's one thing. So you want to watch your communication style. Or some of you may have started prematurely on something new, and you're not so sure should you stick with it. If you want to stick with it and the reality has hit the fan and you're saying, wow, you know, the honeymoon's over, this is a lot of work. It's saying, if you really believe in what you're doing, then stay the course, okay? It's normal when you get into something to initially see all the positives, but not some of the challenges that come with any project. So that means stay the course. What is your new beginning? Oh, it's beautiful. It's another major arcana or major energy card called the World. So what it's saying, Cancer, is the World is saying success is a definite path that you're on, and it means that if you're doing all this work and you've been around a little bit and you've gone through things, you've learned from past experience, you're more tenured now in life, so you know the ups and downs of certain types of situations. So now you're ready to take on that challenge and being assured of success. What have you learned? Well, the Two of Wands. You know what? It's really saying that there's always hope for new passionate beginnings. So maybe some of you have had, if we go back to the Empress and the Moon, maybe something in your life has come to a conclusion. Maybe a job, maybe a career, maybe a relationship, or even school. And you kind of got left and said, wow, you know, like, this is a lot of fun, I'm enjoying it. And then you're like, oh, it's a new way of being now, so I have to get used to it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy this in the long term. What it's telling you is there's always other things for you to do and get passionate about. So that might be another chance at school, another career, another relationship. Life goes on. So that's what you're learning. You're learning to be mature and resilient. I hope you enjoyed this birthday reading, Cancer, and if you did, could you please like and subscribe and share with your friends? I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you, Cancer. Happy birthday!